Call to order the City of Menasha Personnel Committee. Can you please take roll call?
Alderman Kruger. Here. Alderman Zielinski. Here. Alderman Grady. Here. Alderman Benner. Here. Alderman Nichols. Here. Alderman Taylor. Here. Alderman Sevenik. Here. Alderman Collier.
Here.
Mayor Merkus.
Here. Approve minutes from the committee for 1817. Okay. Roll call. Minutes to approve from 2/2017. Boom. Gotta read that. April 18th, 2017 minutes. Could they please, a motion please to approve the minutes? Alderman Kruger.
I'll make the motion to approve the Personnel Committee minutes from 4/18/17.
Second.
Thank you. Action items. What's that? Oh, any questions? I hope not. Any questions on the minutes? I missed it because I can't hear. Oh, that's simple. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Pressure's off.
Opposed?
Opposed? Okay. I'll get started reading. Okay, action items, update the personnel policy handbook, anti-harassment policy, 1, and 2, the civic, okay, one at a time, okay. May I have a motion to approve the update personnel policy handbook, anti-harassment policy book?
I'll make a motion for approval.
I'll second it.
Under, any questions, under question?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to talk about it? Let's do the other questions. Hope there's nothing, oh, sorry.
Becky.
Becky, Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Attorney Captain, could you provide a summary of what this does?
I'm sorry. Attorney Captain, please.
The last time that this was reviewed and updated was 2012, as I recall, and we should be looking at it on a periodic basis to update it. CIVMIC has recommended, I guess I would say, substantial updates to ensure that we include stuff about retaliation, because that really is one of the largest areas when it relates to harassment or discrimination lawsuits. Retaliation is really one of the causes that they're seeing more of. And so as you go through it, you'll notice that there is substantial reference to retaliation. And I know when we had the council orientation, I had gone through the anti-harassment policy and did indicate to you about retaliation, and so a lot of the changes have to do with that. On the page 2 of 5, letter C, retaliation against any employee or applicant for filing a harassment or discrimination complaint, for assisting, testifying, or participating in the investigation of such complaint, or for requesting a protected leave of absence or reasonable accommodation is illegal, and it's prohibited by federal statutes and should be prohibited as well by the city. And retaliation can occur regardless of whether or not someone files a complaint and actual harassment or discrimination is found. It doesn't make any difference. And so that is one of the reasons why I believe that it is easier to prove. You'll notice that retaliation can occur from a variety of sources, including coworkers, supervisors, or elected officials. And if anyone has filed any harassment or discrimination complaint, or even participated in a investigation of any kind of a complaint, or as I had noted, examples, CIVMIC has added to the policy examples of what is considered or may be considered retaliation, and we are asked to ensure that we go over these things with not only employees, but also with our elected officials. I did also update, I think we had in here, I added the Administrative Services Director instead of the Personnel Director, so that was one of the updates. And the reporting. If an employee does not feel comfortable and has tried utilizing the city's internal reporting procedure, they do have an ability to file with the State of Wisconsin Equal Rights Division or the EEOC, and we did update with addresses. Complaint forms now come online, believe it or not, and one of them, you even make a complaint on the telephone. And so it has made it much easier for people to file complaints, and we are required to provide this information to our employees. We also added a form, complaint form. This is just as an aid. This was also a recommendation of CIVMIC. If anyone would make a complaint, it's important that a complaint be as detailed as possible so that we know where we'll be investigating, and we know precisely what the person is complaining of. And so that's why we would be asking employees, if they do have a complaint, to submit it on this form, and so that they're not missing any information that would be important. I think that is it. I can answer any questions. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention is that we do have training once every 3 years. This is the 3rd year, so we have just scheduled anti-harassment and discrimination training. The dates are August 23rd and 24th. And I guess this gets into the other item too. But one of the things related to anti-harassment retaliation is, and where the training is moving towards, is something called cultural competency. It's, I guess, a new word that's being used in trainings, and it comprises of 4 components, and that would be awareness of one's own cultural worldview of things, you know, where our views are as an individual coming from. Attitudes, the second thing would be attitudes towards cultural differences. The third thing would be knowledge of different cultural practices and worldviews. And the fourth thing would be cross-cultural skills. And because of the fact that our workplaces are much more diverse than they used to be, part of the training that we do provide to employees is an understanding that the way that a person was raised or brought up, not everyone was brought up and raised that same way. And not only just from the cultural perspective, but sometimes financially. We try to provide some training in that regard as well, on issues of poverty and how that affects perhaps people that we deal with in our work too. So I think that's all I have to say.
Is there any other discussion? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Chairman. Attorney Captain, when we speak about this policy, we speak about it in terms of the employee handbook and and employee training. How does the Common Council fit into this?
I'll, Attorney Captain.
Policies come from the Common Council, and I guess, at least in training, we take the viewpoint, and it's been shown that things kind of trickle down. So you want to ensure that your elected officials, appointed officials, et cetera, take the anti-harassment retaliation policy seriously, because it can have financial impact on the city of Menasha. Sometimes people don't realize things that they say or do can take the form of harassment and retaliation or discrimination. And so it's important to be aware of all of the things that could be considered as being unlawful, to ensure that not only elected officials aren't participating, but you don't want, obviously, employees as well and supervisors engaging in this type of behavior. One thing that I did want to mention is, as well, is that we do have an obligation, if we have contractors and vendors, people that we deal with, if someone comes in and is engaging in some type of harassing behavior towards our employees, we are required to take some action and deal with that. So, even if it is a contractor or vendor, and to protect our employees from any type of discrimination.
Thank you.
If there's no other discussion, can we take a roll call vote on this, please? Oh, make a motion, okay, make a motion to,
Just the,
By mayor and by yourself,
yeah.
to recommend you
Yeah.
approve the updates, right?
Can I-
Alex has.
Alex, Alderman Zelinski?
Thank you. So it says requires that all employees and elected officials require harassment advisory training and participate in watching a video. Will we be doing that?
that's coming
Oh,
up. Not there yet.
I thought they inflicted on each other. Okay.
If there's no more discussion, can we take a roll call vote on this, please? I don't know.
You just have to mark it then.
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I would like to ask that the minutes reflect that Alderman Taylor left at 9:10 unexcused.
So be,
Oh, I'm sorry, 9:08.
did you go to the bathroom?
No, I think he left. 'Cause I haven't seen
What'd I
the
do?
packet. It's okay.
Okay, action item number 2, civic requirement anti-harassment training. May we have any discussion? Alex?
I'll make the motion to approve the civic required anti-harassment training.
Thank you.
And on this, can we have some information first from Attorney Captain or
Yeah.
proceeding?
To the captain, please. Thank you.
Sure. As part of the, I think I had mentioned, as part of our required training for employees, CIVMIC is also asking that not only employees, but that our elected officials as well participate in some fashion. So what is, if you're able to attend, otherwise it is tape recorded, and then there is a video. And so we do show this as well to all of, even our, short-time employees, so everyone that is employed at the city of Menasha. Thank you.
So my understanding is there'll be a chance to see this on the 23rd and 24th?
Correct. Those are the 2 days that are scheduled, and I can provide more information as we get closer, but just,
And if somebody could not make those dates, they'd make an appointment with
it-
somebody?
correct, yes. Yep.
Who's the somebody? That's all I want to know.
It could be me, or it could be Candy Huber, who's our Human Services Coordinator.
As long as that's
Actually,
posted
she'll
in our
probably know
packet.
better where it's located than me.
As long as we get this information, that's so we know what to do if we got to watch the video, because I know Steve's talking a lot, and Alex works a lot, and Ted is working a lot, and everybody's working but me here, I'm sorry. Okay. Alderman Benner?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question is for the attorney. Do you know how long this training takes?
It's a few hours.
Okay, because I was wondering the video, if it can just, we don't have an intranet or anything, but if that's something we can just watch online, or you can put it on a
Yes.
disc or something to
Yes.
take it home or something?
Correct.
Both?
We
Either or.
can do that, yes. Or put it on a little,
Flash drive or
Thank
something?
you.
Yes?
I'm like one of those little things like this,
So,
a flash
all right,
drive.
yeah, if you could just figure out some media that'd be available for us, because I'm sure
Yes.
as our
The
chairman
combinations.
pointed out, folks are working and like to do it on our own terms if possible. Thank you.
Is there any other discussions? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Chairman. With all due respect, there is a recommended motion, and I would like to offer an amendment to Alderman Zelinski's to include that all regular employees and elected officials are required to attend harassment and diversity training or participate by watching the video.
Thank you. Any other discussions? May we have a
Yep,
roll?
I
We
have,
have a
I'm
discussion
sorry.
on the amendment
Al-
only now. It's an amendment.
Yeah.
Alderman Grotti?
I also would like to see that we sign some type of paperwork after this harassment thing is watched or viewed. So documentation that people have signed it and watched it. Thanks.
I always thought that was a policy or something like that, but if there's any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I was wondering, is this something we can do as a workshop instead of all of us doing this individual thing? I would prefer us have a workshop. Well, I realize that.
That's 2 hours. I mean, yeah. You- If,
Well, I'm just saying, if we could just do it as a group, a workshop, I would prefer that than taking my time and going to somewhere for 3 hours, something that could be done here. I don't know, where's this held? Oh, here. Sorry, I misinterpreted. I thought that you had mentioned that it was somewhere else. Okay, never mind.
so on the motion,
I
Alderman Benner?
just wanted to comment, I agree with Alderman Sevenich. That's why my first question was how long it is. Because I agree that a workshop would have been most appropriate if it had been an hour. But if it's 2 or 3 hours for us to come in here by 3 in the afternoon to do a workshop or something, or to call a special meeting, which is really what would have to happen, well, you may as well take half a day off of work and go to the training at City Hall then, so, that's why my thought was what it was. At least you have an option to do it on your own terms. And as Alderman Grotti said, sign documenting that you did do it and you acknowledge it, so.
So you're saying this June?
August.
Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, because I can't make either of those dates. All right.
Can I,
Arnie? I'd just like to add that it'd be great if you can come to the actual meeting. It's good to interact. We'll let you know when it is and what time it is. If you can't make it and there's a larger group, we can ask if there's a time that we can do a workshop versus just watching the video and see if that works for everyone. But we can do a number of different ways. We'll see how it all works out. But it'd be great if you could actually attend the in-person training. It's likely to be over at the new city hall, and we'll tape it, and we already tape it for some of our employees that are not working a regular daytime hour shift, some of the police officers and library folks that might not be here, or part-time people, so it's not an issue with us taping it special just for you, so don't feel bad if you can't make it.
If there's no further discussion, may we take a vote on this? Can I read back the amendment?
We should vote on the amendment.
Can we vote on the amendment, please?
Motion carried on roll call 7-0, 8-0, excuse me. Thank you. 8-0. With the mayor. With the mayor, yeah.
Motion recess.
Yes, yes. And include
There were two of them put out there, but that, I think we
Alderman
understand.
Grotti just asked to add the signature. Right. And that was part of that one.
Can you read the amendment back so we're all on the same
Certainly,
page?
I can, yep. The amendment, or do you want me to do the motion or the amendment that we just voted on?
The amendment we just voted on.
Okay, the amendment was by Alderman Nichols, second by Alderman Benner, I believe it was, to include all regular and elected officials review the tape and sign a statement acknowledging viewing. So that was the amendment.
Help us what's on the floor.
Now, just the motion was by Alderman Zelinski, seconded by Alderman Kruger, to recommend approval of the CIVMIC required anti-harassment training for all elected and all regular and elected officials. Regular employees and elected officials.
So that pretty much covered that in that second amendment.
As amended.
That's amendment, yes.
Can that's for recess now.
No, we can't ask for a
What's
recess.
left?
You have to vote on the amended motion.
Oh, maybe make a motion. Okay, can we vote on the amended motion as is?
Motion carried on roll call 8-0.
Is there an adjournment coming soon?
Motion to adjourn?
Thank you. Take some pizza home, somebody. Was he pissed at me? You pissed at me?
Broadcasts of the City of Menasha Administration Committee, Board of Public Works, and Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Menasha residents and interested parties can obtain information about these meetings and meeting agendas from the city website, www.cityofmenasha-wi.gov. Expression of opinions regarding City of Menasha issues or about these broadcasts can be made by contacting the Mayor's Office, 920-967-5117. Contacting their city alderman. Contact information appears on the website. Completing the electronic feedback form on the website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.